Hello! How's it going? My name is Sam Kruns. I'm a guitarist out of Orange County, California, and I recently just got back from a tour with my band across the west coast of the United States of America. I wanted to hop on here just to, say hello, say what's up. I wanted to make a video today about a gear rundown of just the stuff that I typically use and used when I went on tour and when I go on tour. And just in general, like the gear that I use and stuff. So we actually had another run. It's April right now. We had another run scheduled for the middle of April with Sweet Pill, and that one unfortunately got canceled. So I have a little bit of extra free time on my hands, and I figured why not make this gear rundown video. Speaking of said tour, we also bought a ton of merch for that tour that now we have nothing to do with. So if you want to support us a little extra, we've got some cool t-shirts, hats, like pins, posters, all that fun stuff down below. I'll link the merch store somewhere, wherever. But yeah, just to get into today's video, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the guitars that I use and my whole pedal board situation, because I feel like that changes very often, especially with new gear coming out and coming in. It's I'm always switching up my rig and the stuff that I use very often, and it's always evolving and getting better with every step of the way. So I do have a cold. If I sound funky, that is why. Funny enough, on the last tour, I actually was sick for that majority of the run, and I lost my voice. And I'm probably doing myself a disservice by saying this, but it's really funny because the one show of tour where I lost my voice entirely and couldn't sing was Albuquerque. And that is the one set that somebody recorded in full length and posted to YouTube. So you can actually look it up and you can see me squeaking on stage if you're interested in that. But I got home, got sick again somehow, but we're here and now we are making this video. So for all you guitar folk out there who are looking for some cool gear knowledge, I've got you covered. Yeah, okay. Without further ado, on to the guitars, and then I'll take you through my pedal board and we'll just talk a little bit about gear. Okay, we're here at the guitars. I'm just gonna go through the guitars one by one. Jack is holding the camera. Hi, Jack. So we're just gonna go through what I have here on my rack. You can see that I have too many guitars for a 5-guitar rack, and I just don't buy a bigger one for some reason. Anyways, here's the first guitar. I'm just gonna go right to left. This actually happens to be the sponsor of today's video, Enya. This is the Enya Inspire, and I'm gonna throw up some clips of me playing with it here in just a second. But this is essentially kind of like an all-in-one guitar rig. It's got a speaker here on the body, so you can turn it on and you can actually play through an amp. Ta-da! And it plays kind of like it's out of tune right now. Actually, I gotta tune it up before I play something for you on it. But it's kind of neat because it's got this whole speaker in the body here, which means you can essentially take this thing anywhere and play it anywhere. It's got this SSH pickup pattern, so it's very, very cool. You can get it spanky if you want it to be, and also kind of chuggy as well. It's carbon fiber body. It's actually super interesting. I've never seen a guitar with this before, but it's got USB-C capabilities here. So you can charge it via USB-C, and you can also, I'm pretty sure, plug it directly into your phone. So if you wanted to record on the go and just plug your electric guitar into your phone to record something, you're solid. The price point on these things is nuts. I'm gonna throw up an image of what it costs right now, and it's kind of crazy to look at. To say you get all of this for just that low price point. But yeah, this is the Enya Inspire. Thanks again to Enya for sponsoring this video, and let's get to some of the other guitars. Okay, on to guitar number 2. This is the one I feel like I've had the longest. It's the one that you see in a lot of the videos that I play it. This is a Charvel San Dimas. It's my pride and joy. This is the one I've taken this on every tour that we've ever been on. Played it for as long as I've essentially really played guitar. I bought this from a guitar teacher, one of my first guitar teachers back when we really started getting serious with the instrument, and my dad modded the pickups and threw in some of the Fishman Fluence Toes in a Bossy pickups. So now it chugs really hard, but it's cool because it's a very playable neck, very playable body, and yeah, I just all around love this guitar. The next one we got here on the rack is, ta-da! So this one's super interesting. So one of the first headless guitars on the rack here, you'll see. But this is my buddy Felix Martin, an incredible double-handed like tapping guitarist. He's out of LA, and he actually makes these guitars. These are called FM guitars, super, super like flat neck. The body is super ergonomic and it's got this like handle here. So if you really need an extra way to carry it, that's the way to do it. I love this guitar. Just the way that it looks, the way that it feels, the way that it sounds is like all around incredible. I've got some videos up on my page of this one, so if you want to check out the way that this sounds as well. But yeah, that's FM guitars. For the next one, we got 1 out of 2 Strandbergs on the rack. Also very ergonomic guitars. This one is gorgeous. This is 1 of 2 Strandberg guitars I've got on me, and it's incredible to say the least. I mean, it's like one of the most ergonomic ones on my rack, I think. It's got this like trapezoidal sort of neck. They call it the Endure neck. It is main things you'll find appealing on a Strandberg is the very ergonomic neck shape and the body shape, so you can like lean it upright. This one I took on tour, the last tour that we just got back from, and it performed really, really, really well. It like makes difficult songs feel very easy to play, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's 1 of 2 Strandbergs. Here's the second one. So this is the Strandberg Bowden Essential. This is the first one that they sent me, and this one also sounds incredible. Matter of fact, I was thinking about throwing in some of those Fishman Fluence pickups into this one as well, so it also will chug very hard. But yeah, another very sick guitar to add to the collection that I've been playing with a lot recently. And then there's the next one right here on the far left is kind of a brand new Yamaha Pacifica. This is one that I've also been playing a lot recently. As a matter of fact, this is one that was like a hard contender for which guitar I was going to bring on the last tour. So for our set list, we have like a lot of songs in standard tuning, and then we have a lot more songs in open tunings. And so to kind of figure out what I'm going to do, I usually bring 2 guitars, keep one of them in standard, which ended up being the Strandberg this time around, keep another one in an open tuning that I can kind of like tune around. And I find that because I had the Fishman Fluence pickups in both this one and the Charvel, I was like, I'm gonna probably bring one of those and then one of the guitars in standard and see which works the best for me. And after practicing with both of them, it was like super, super tough to decide because they're very, very close in how they play and how they feel. This one, you're definitely gonna see on some upcoming tours because it is a beauty and it plays incredibly. What else do I have on the rack? I have literally just this one bass guitar because I'm not a bassist, but I do like it for producing stuff. This is just a Harley Benton something. Oh my goodness, I forgot what it was. It's a 5-string Harley Benton bass in this nice like wood finish. I really dig it. It sounds great. Again, for the price point, it's like really not bad at all. But I think it's all falling over. Please stay. Please stay. Oh my goodness. Anyways, okay, so that was kind of all of my guitars right now. I've got some acoustic stuff, but this is like the main rack that like I kind of try and decide of what I'm taking on tour out of. Again, it's usually just like 2 guitars, 1 for standard, 1 for open tunings, and I have to pick from these incredible options. It's very tricky sometimes. But yeah, okay, so moving on from guitars, I suppose we can just get into like pedal boards and the rig, because again, this time around with pedals, I feel like the analog stuff that we've used in the past is really, really cool for the fact that they're built for that one purpose and somebody put their heart and soul into making this pedal. But now we've kind of got these Line 6 Helix floor models that they sent over to us. Seriously incredible boards for the purpose that they are trying to serve, which is to give you everything in one nice little compact bag. Ta-da! So I'm gonna open this and go through it in just a second, but it's funny because they sent it to me in a backpack. So it's really neat because on tour, when you're just trying to get your stuff together and get quickly in and out of the building, it's like, I got my backpack and I'm good. But yeah, so let's dig into this, and I'm gonna kind of go over a lot more of what builds our rig in just a second. We are currently here on the desktop. I've got it all set up, so you should be able to see my Helix as I'm going through it. But yeah, you can kind of see I've got like 2 chains going on here, and this is the really cool thing about this floorboard is that you can literally run your guitar and your vocal chain simultaneously through this floorboard, which makes it really neat for like shows where it's a little bit more DIY and maybe there's an analog board available instead of a digital one. I can just throw it through my vocal chain that I set up specifically so it would be exactly the same same every single night, and it'll work exactly the way that I want it to, which is really cool because it's, you know, familiar. And that's the one thing that you really want when you're playing shows every night, is you want familiarity. You want something that works how you've intended it to and that you can rely on, right? So this has kind of done that for me, and it's really neat that way. But in the guitar chain, I've got it set up this way, and it took me a really long time to kind of get this guitar chain going because I'm not so used to building tone like this. And I was really trying to replicate this tone that I'd used on amp simulators essentially the entire time I've been playing guitar. And I've been trying to translate that into like a physical board, which would be this. So in this circumstance, I've got it running through a gain pedal into a compressor into overdrive, and then I've got the signal splitting into two separate amps. They're both the same amp, but they taste a little bit different here. And then I've got it going into I guess three separate cabs if you talk about both amps. And then I've got the lower chain going through a reverb, sending back into the first chain, and then I've got that finishing off with a 10-band graphic EQ, a compressor, and then into another reverb that I can use for, you know, maybe like a big washy reverb. That's what this is for. And then a feedbacker just for giggles. And then I've got this going into my volume pedal at the very end and out from the board, which is really neat. This is kind of how this whole thing sounds. I really love the tone that this provides for me. I don't know, yeah, I really dig the way that this has turned out. All right, so yeah, this is super cool so far. The way that I've got this set up, so there's like a little bit of familiarity for every single night, and I've actually got it so, and I can record this right now. You could actually see on the board here how I've got this set up and working, is I've got these specifically assigned for different purposes on the floor here. So I've actually got a play button because I play a lot of like intermission music, I suppose, when I'm tuning my guitar. And it's cool because it's actually, this thing has like a whole built-in DAW here. So I've just got it playing like Minecraft music the entire time. But you can play like different songs, and there's like a click on here. You could probably run your click off of your pedal board. But yeah, so I've got this like play button here for very easy access when I'm tuning. I can just throw on the tuner, hit the play button, music's going, tune the whole thing, right? I've also got two different presets here, or snapshots, for when I'm playing active versus passive pickup, because that's the one thing that I could never get right on a physical board. And to be fair, I could probably just have like a booster pedal, but it still wouldn't tweak the other settings of the other bits and pieces of the effects that go into building the tone. You know, like a little bit of extra gain at the front of a compressor will squash it just a little bit more, and that's something that I could never very easily do on an analog pedal board. So having this to be able to like tweak the settings individually on each pedal and then create a snapshot so it'll immediately go back to that is like my favorite thing ever. So I've got a setup here so I can go play on passive pickups, play on active pickups, because I usually do that for a show. I've got two different snapshots for two different types of pickups because I'm usually running active and passive. Then I've got this going into a gain pedal, which, you know, is part of the passive thing that I've got here, but in case I want it off or I want it on and maybe a little bit more overdrive, that's going into the overdrive. It's kind of out of order down here just so it's easily stompable, but it's in order up here, like on the last screen that you just saw. It same thing here. Then we've got our big washy reverb, which sounds like this. Super, super washy. I use that for the end of Ocean, if you've heard that song. Yeah, then we've got it running into this other reverb if I want that on or off. And then we've got this like feedbacker here, which is kind of new to me, and it's really, really interesting because I think it's supposed to be replicating the freak out pedal. To me, this feedbacker kind of sounds like there's a little ghost hiding behind your ear that's singing the track for you. It sounds a little bit artificial, but you can kind of use that to your advantage if you know what you're doing. And I also use it for certain parts, obviously, where you need feedback in a set and you just need that little extra like frequency boost to get there. Yeah, honestly, I've been super happy with this board. So I can play something for you on this board and on this guitar, by the way, which is the Enya Inspire once again. Thank you guys for sponsoring this video. Very cool stuff. So go check it out down below. Pick one up if you haven't already. And then, yeah, let's just, I guess, get into some cool outro playing stuff, I suppose. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Go check out the Enya Inspire, these guys rule. But that was kind of my rig rundown, what I'm currently using like gear-wise. I'll probably do an updated one of these in the future because it's always changing, things are shifting in and out, and yeah, I don't know, gear is fun. I like talking about it and I like what it does for my tone. So yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down below. If you want me to make a video on something specific and any one of the guitars on the floorboard at all, you know, definitely like leave a comment down below, hit subscribe, like whatever, all that fun stuff. But yeah, I give one-on-one lessons. If you're interested in that, you can click the link down below as well, or just send me an email or something. And be sure to check out my band, Stereosity. That's the one I just got back from that tour with. We've got another one coming up very soon here in summer, and I'm very excited to announce that and get that rolling. But yeah, this one's for you East Coasters, I think. East Coasters? Yeah, this one's for you guys on the East Coast. I've got something coming for you in summer. Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out and for watching the video. I will see you in the next one, probably next week or the week after. All right, see y'all soon. Cheers.